pretty girl. Are you Lily Jean? Huh? Oh, you just want loves. You just want lots of loves.
Lily Jean was a 1.5-year-old German Shepherd mix with black fur and touches of white. She entered San Diego County's animal shelter system as a stray last spring. In a video provided to KPBS, she approaches the camera when she wants pets and scratches.
Hello. Oh, hi. Look how pretty you are.
Days after this video was taken, the shelter euthanized Lily Jean.
I am left with the same questions you are, as I don't understand the decision-making process for this dog.
Lina Dittar is an associate clinical professor at Cornell University's College of Veterinary Medicine. She reviewed Lily Jean's medical and behavioral file. The paperwork shows someone adopted the Shepherd mix, but returned her after a few days. They said Lily Jean was scared of a lot of things and wasn't potty trained. Later, a shelter supervisor described her as frantic while leashing and nervous of her surroundings. The shelter labeled Lily Jean as a, quote, fearful dog and decided this behavioral condition was simply untreatable.
Nothing in that behavior memo tells me why you would make a behavioral euthanasia decision on this dog. It does not, there are no red flags. The fact that a dog is not potty trained, I mean, we see that all the time in shelters.
A volunteer had reached out to foster Lily Jean the day before she was put down. The shelter moved forward with euthanizing her anyways. San Diego County shelters serve the county's unincorporated areas and take in thousands of dogs every year. Most are adopted out or reunited with their owners, but a growing number of dogs are being put down for behavioral reasons. A months-long investigation by KPBS found the county shelter's euthanasia rate for dogs has more than doubled since 2019. The shelters euthanized over 400 canines last year. The county's Department of Animal Services declined an interview request. In a statement, county spokesperson Chuck Westerhide said, quote, euthanasia decisions in animal shelters are among the most difficult and emotionally challenging responsibilities in the field of animal welfare. These decisions are never made lightly. They involve careful assessment by veterinary staff with behavioral training and management teams. The county says it stands by its decision to euthanize Lily Jean and other dogs with behavioral issues because their conditions were, quote, untreatable. In fact, the Department of Animal Services claims it hasn't euthanized a single dog with a treatable medical or behavioral condition in a decade. KPBS interviewed nearly a dozen former staffers and volunteers who say they're skeptical of this claim. So is Dittar.
It's just semantics.
She reviewed the county's shelter statistics and the paperwork for several euthanized dogs.
Any animal that they make a decision that euthanasia is the right thing for it automatically becomes classified as untreatable and unhealthy. And this happens all the time. Like, shelters do this all the time because these terms are vague.
The county says it has a committee of department leaders and medical professionals that examines the case files of dogs before deciding their fate. But the committee does not maintain records of its meetings. KPBS reviewed nearly 200 pages of paperwork on euthanized dogs and found no mention of this committee. The staffers and volunteers interviewed by KPBS acknowledge euthanasia may be necessary when dogs are seriously ill or aggressive. But they say the county euthanizes many dogs with mild behavioral issues that could be treated with the right training.
There's definitely ways to help these dogs and make them have a long life.
Christina Smith is a former animal care attendant at the county's Carlsbad shelter.
In my opinion, I feel like the county takes the easy way out and saying like, oh, we'll just euthanize and it's not our problem.
Smith previously worked at an animal rescue that specialized in rehabilitating dogs with behavioral problems. She wanted to bring that expertise to the county shelter system.
My skills were being not utilized. I feel like I got a lot of backlash for trying, and I was told, we don't have the time, we don't have the resources, you need it elsewhere.
Animal care attendants are often responsible for euthanizing dogs. Smith spoke up when she disagreed with management's decisions.
And when multiple of us would vouch for a dog and say, like, don't do this because this is workable, the decision was still made. So I feel like we had no voice.
Smith resigned last year in part because of the mental and emotional toll.
I would come home sometimes, and even my friends, family, they would ask me, like, is everything okay? Because they can see, like, in just the 4 months that I worked there, like, my mental status has dramatically decreased.
Many of her colleagues also left. The Department of Animal Services had a staff turnover rate of nearly 70% last year. Scott Rodd, KPBS News.